Yeah, Cross.
So this is pipe board.
New and improved.
Not to be confused with a sunset board.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like a chopu board, but you know, the outline's pretty aggressive. The white point's a little further forward than say on a sunset board where we want to be able to hook and turn more. A little further forward, kind of where your front foot drives off the white point. A little bit of area taken out of here. You don't really need much there.
Yeah.
The thickness is here. So the nose is kind of pulled in here, but it goes to a forward white point, and the tail's pulled in really near out, especially behind the back foot.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a pretty straight line from here to here. It's like shoots in pretty quick. I mean, narrow tail with foam balls, lifting and bouncing, and a steep wall. There's explosions coming up. The narrow tails keeps you in control. You know, you're not trying to do blowtails or anything. And so, you know, that's the distinctive thing about boards with pipe and chopu. Right, especially right in here, the tail's narrow. You don't need much to stand on.
Yeah.
Thick, it's 2 5/8, but you can see that it's aggressively domed. So the rails, it's like a V deck out to here. So it's V'd, and then it domes down, and the radius of the bottom rail is tight. It's like a nickel.
Yeah.
Whereas a short board, it's like the radius of a quarter.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Coals go from like a silver dollar down to
yeah.
But yeah, so it's a small, tight radius, which also holds the wall. You know.
So like on just like super steep drops, you can just be hugging the wall.
Knife, that whole term knife.
Yeah.
You know, but the thickness, 2 5/8 is a lot of foam.
Yeah.
It's really thick in the center. So, and the forward, the thickness is forward. They're actually an 1/8 inch thicker here than it is here. So the thickness stays all the way up here, so we're paddling. And the nose is fairly thick but narrow. And then the boards, we pulled them in a little over all width. I think we've got them down to, this one's 6'6", so it's 19, but your 6'2" and your 6'4", they're 18 and 7/8.
Okay.
This is 19, but you know, it's got a slight concave.
Yeah.
Less than 1/8, about 1/8 of an inch at its deepest between the feet, and then goes to 0 here. There's like a, you know, almost 1/8 inch of double concave, because we have a lot of rocker. Even here, there's a lot of rocker.
Yeah.
So it's a constant bend, and then the double concaves cut through the bend to give you the squirt and forward momentum, and a little bit of lift. So it's a shallow concave, about half the concave depth is on your short boards.
Yeah.
And then it zeroes out in the nose so the water doesn't cup when you're paddling into the waves. You don't want much concave here, I don't think. So you go flat and lets water move away when you're paddling into the wave. It doesn't cup and holds you up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then the concave gives you like a nice rail rocker here. Nice. It's kind of straighter through here. And with the concave, these are higher, so it gives you like a nice rail rocker here, which feels the bottom out of the wave. The tranny comes up and you can stall and then drive out.
Sick.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I mean, you know how like back in the day, the guys on old boards would always just be able to like, their bigger boards look so knifey, you know, they could like kick under the lip. And just,
A
like,
lot of times they were V bottoms, and you know, so they were huge, thick boards, but they were like V nose to tail, and they could like go edge to edge with them and roll and get them moving like MR and those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how far back you're.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking like AI and Bruce, like.
You look at an AI R Cara from 15, 20 years ago. It's not that different from this.
Yeah.
It's, believe it or not, this area, there's, besides the fact that guys have gone shorter with wider noses, you know, Slater and Wardo in his time was riding boards like that.
Yeah.
But, and John, of course, now what he does. But if you look at a typical gun from that era to a typical gun now, it's pretty no bullshit. They're pretty similar still to this day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like not a whole hell of a lot. I mean, the noses used to be a little more nose rocker. Maybe this would have been a 6'8", and it would have been a little more needly and kicked up. But if you look at the guts, not that much different.
Yeah.
You know, you got the random guys that are like Kelly or John who Kelly, who's been in 100 pipe masters, and John, who's surfed there 1,000 million times,
Mm-hmm.
they get a little bored with standard quo and they start really messing with their equipment.
Yeah.
But I think that you've worked your whole life to get where you are, and you're gonna have a shot, and you want to stay kind of conservative, to kind of tried and true.
For sure.
Right now is not the time to experiment.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
do what works. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to try it.
Thank you. Love you.
Yeah, I said they're not afraid to express their emotions.
Hey, I love you, man.
Love you.
I'll call you how they go.
Okay.
Thanks so much, man.
Okay. Let me know.
I will. Have fun in India.